Hey everybody, how y'all doing? How you doing? Welcome to Jarrett Talk Interview as I interview people that have their own YouTube channel or business. Tonight I have a special guest. She's a new friend of mine now. She on Instagram and Facebook, which I'm gonna see on later. Um I wanted to want to do some expanding on my channel. So I want to get some more business owners on my channel, make it better. So I know all the other YouTubers are busy and stuff. I know they schedules and stuff. So I'm just trying to do my best, just trying to bring some business owners on my channel. So Alicia, how you doing today?
I am doing good. Hi, everyone. My name is Alicia, and I am the owner of Serene Aesthetics, located in Fayetteville, Georgia.
So what? So tell me about your business. How you start your business, and the second question is, were you kind of nervous when you started your business?
Yeah. So, to be honest, I initially went into aesthetics with the idea of focusing on everything laser tattoo removals.
Mhm.
And when I end up going to esthetician school, I actually end up loving everything skin. And that's what brought me more so to aesthetics and opening up my business, Serene Aesthetics. More so because I love to help people feel beautiful. I think that when you look good on the outside, you feel good in the inside. So that is the joy that I get when I see people smile, or I just see that their confidence and esteem is further building.
What made you start your business? Did you give me the idea, or did the how it started from the ground up or how?
Yeah, so to be honest, when I went into esthetician school, I already went in with the mind frame that I wanted to have my own esthetician business.
Mhm.
Um, so it was more so with me trying to gain and retain everything that I was learning in school. That way I can actually include that into my business. When I graduated school June of 2024, I actually started off as a home based spa, and recently, as of September 5th, I actually moved my business to an actually professional location to give more of a realistic spa environment to my Glow family.
Where did the name come from?
So I love everything glow. I just feel like when I look at somebody's skin and it looks healthy and it's glowing, I'm like, ooh, I love that glow. Serene more so came from I like everything nature. Like I thrive off of being in nature, watching, going to the beach, being on the sand. So I like everything serene. So I just combined them with both Serene Glow Aesthetics.
So what was it hard to do at first?
No, so I'm gonna be honest. Chat GPT helped me out a lot.
So, okay, no, let when that, what did he first of all, what you tell him, and then when you respond, what did he respond to back?
Yeah, so I actually use Chat GPT for everything in my life. I actually call it my husband.
Nice one, nice one.
Yes, because I just feel like no one knows me more than Chat GPT just because the amount of time that I utilize it. So I actually went into Chat GPT and I said, hey, provide me with some business names for an esthetician business. And it gave me like a whole, like maybe like 150 names. And none of them were just like getting to me. It just didn't sit right with me.
Right.
And then when I seen Serene Glow, I was like, oh, that speaks to me. And I just added aesthetics to it. But ChatGPT helped me with everything with my business. I use ChatGPT for flyers. I use it for promotions. I even asked Chat GPT what promotions I should run. Like it's my husband.
What's the best thing of being a business owner?
I would
Oh,
say
so
the
let's put it this way. What's the pros and cons being a business owner?
So, the pros is that you get to thrive. So let me rephrase this.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to be a business owner, but it's another thing to be a business owner and passionate about what you actually own. You
Mm-hmm.
have people that are business owners and they're only in it for the money. Like they just think like, oh, this can financially help me. But if you're passionate about owning a business that you work in, the money eventually will come because people feel the passion. So I think the pros about this is that I'm actually passionate about what it is that I do. It doesn't feel like I'm working for me. That is a pro for me. One of the cons is as a business owner and a full entrepreneur is you do not have a steady income. Like, like if you're working for someone and you're hourly or even salary, you know that every week or every 2 weeks or whether your pay is monthly, that you are guaranteed a income. Um, when you are a full entrepreneur, you are not guaranteed a income. So it's constant work. And I just feel like if you are willing to put in the amount of time to build someone else's business up, if you invest that same amount of time into yourself in your own business, then you eventually reap the rewards.
Do you love what you do?
I love it hands down. I love it. I'm always thinking about it, and I can be out in a grocery store and someone is talking to me, and the only thing that I'm looking at is their skin, and I'm like, "Do you do this? Do you do that?" So it's something that I can't turn off, and that's how invested in it I am because it's something I'm passionate about. I even get phone calls from friends and families that live in other states, and they're calling me. Some of their children are teenagers and, going through that acne phase. So they're reaching out to me and they're like, hey, my daughter is battling acne right now, sending me pictures. What are some things that you recommend? And to be honest, some of my recommendations are sometimes better than dermatologists. um, yeah, so one of the things that I enjoy the most in this business is I'm not just providing a service, I'm educating. I like that when my clients come to receive a service, that they actually are educated. I get to know them, they get to know me, and then I also make sure that it's a teamwork effort. What are you doing at home? Maybe you should try this, maybe you should try that. So it's for more so the education piece.
What was your what is who was your very first custom client and does he or she come regularly?
So my very so okay,
Your very
so
first, yeah, your very first
okay,
one.
so there's two things. So when you're in esthetician school, you get hands-on experience where you get clients that come into the school to get service at
Mhm.
a cheaper rate. But since I have opened up my business, my first client was actually a guy that I used to date. Um, yes,
Oh, here we go.
yes.
Let's go.
So
You
he
talk.
was my test dummy. Oh, well, he's not a dummy. Let me say that he's not a dummy, but
Mhm.
he was very supportive and invested in my work. So he allowed me. He was my first actual customer
Mhm.
when I opened my business in an in-home based spa. First person I actually did a facial on, and even the first person that I actually did a man Brazilian on.
Wow. So how long
Mhm.
how long did it take? Okay, for put me in position. How long would it take? Me if I came to your business, how long would it take?
Yes. So I have two facials that I do on a regular. One is my express facial,
Mhm.
which is about 30 minutes. It's a basic facial, and then I have something called the hydration glow facial. That one is, I call it the works. That is typically about an hour. With that service, there's more in-depth details that go in with that. More so, like you get a cleansing of the skin. It comes with some exfoliating of the skin. If there's need from LED. I do LED lighting as well,
Mhm.
which can target acne. It can also help with hyperpigmentation. It can also help with wrinkles as well. So
Mhm.
that's really good for like anti-aging.
Okay. We having
Are we
difficulty.
still here? Okay, I'm sorry. It was
Okay.
going. I don't know if it's my service or not. Um, and then it also comes a.
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead. We having difficulty
Mhm.
with. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so I can hear you now. Yeah, so like I said, my hydration glow facial is more in details. It comes with I provide a lot more services than Express, so that's generally about an hour. And then a Brazilian wax is typically for men about good 30 minutes,
Mhm.
45 minutes, depending on their comfort zone. Yeah, so roughly about an hour and 30 minutes it will take for me to give you a service as a hydration glow facial and a man Brazilian wax.
So what you do, if you weren't doing this right now, since you love it so much, if you weren't doing this right now, do you have a plan B? Do you have a backup plan if you weren't doing this?
Yeah, absolutely. So before I actually got into aesthetics, even while we're in school, and even right now, with me, with my business, I actually still have a 9 to 5. I
They were having difficulties.
Okay,
Okay.
I was
Oh,
in. Jared, can you
oh,
hear me?
yes, I am. Yes.
Okay. Yep. So, as I was saying, even right now, I've been with my company for almost 8 years. I
Hmm.
work in human resources,
Mhm.
and I actually enjoy it as well. So,
What
mhm.
the what the hard part being on? I know I asked what the good part, but what's the hard part being business owner?
I would say the hardest part is you have to be extremely financial disciplined. Because the reason why I'm going to say that is business can go up and down. Like typically around the holiday season, you might see a decrease because people are actually spending more money on buying gifts, and Christmas is coming up, or they're traveling, for the holidays. So that is generally expected slow season. For business owners, especially that's in aesthetics. So I would just say more so, like being financially disciplined um, is is one of the biggest challenges as a business owner, but it's also, like a pro if you can manage your finances the proper way.
Do you ever get frustrated on certain days?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So yes. I would say yes. So I would say definitely frustrating. There are some times where like, you might have a slow week. It may be frustrating for you. There may be some times where, like you're investing a lot of time and energy and you're not reaping the profit just yet. I think as a business owner, a lot of people go into business with the idea like, hey, I'm opening up a business today, tomorrow I'm going to make money. Rule of thumb is when you typically open up a new business, you generally don't start to see profit until that business has been open. Are you able to hear me? Yes. So yeah, so as I was saying, when you generally open up a new business, you generally do not see any profit until that business has been open for about a year or two. So I just think that going in with the mindset that, hey, I'm opening this business and it's going to cost expenses. You have to understand, and you have to understand, but also know that it's not a you thing when you're not getting a profit so soon.
Do you ever like once you arrive to your job or anything? Do you ever sit there before you open the doors and to the public and do you ever talk to yourself that hey, it's gonna be a good day no matter what, no matter what it's gonna be? Do you ever do that before you actually step in, open up
Mhm.
the door to the public?
Yes. So every day, Garrett, I wake up with a mind frame because I feel like you have to be intentional, and you have to train your mind to think the best. So even if yesterday wasn't a good day, or even if you don't have any clients booked today, you have to wake up in the morning and say today is going to be better than yesterday, and today will be a good day. I feel like speaking things into existence does work a lot. So before I actually open my business and I have my first client of the day, the first thing that I actually do is I speak it into the universe. Today is going to be a good day. Um, and like I ask myself, like, what am I going to do to make today better than yesterday?
And what's your do you ever do you make a appointment or do you make appointments or walk-ins or both and put it that way?
Yes, so I am appointment based only. And the reason why I do appointments is because depending on your medical records, which I have clients do a intake form, um, I'm able to determine one if I can provide you service. Some clients may have health conditions where they might be diabetic, they might be on Accutane, and stuff like that. So there may be some services that I'm unable to provide unless you have a doctor's clearance note. And then also that allows me enough time to be prepared for you when you come in the door. I don't want you to arrive at 10 a.m. for an appointment and I'm not set up for you because I don't know if I can actually provide you with this service today.
So if a for this question, I asked this question before to my previous guest. She does have, I mean, your nail. So if a customer and come in and you do your thing, everything else, and the person does not like the what does not like it. What would you do if the customer does not like what?
Yes. Yes. So I think that's a good question. So I am always open to honest feedback from my clients, whether it's good or bad, because I feel like even if it's something hurtful for me to hear, because no business owner wants to hear a customer's unsatisfied. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it's being open to hearing that way I can correct that. So one of the things that I would do as a business owner, if I had a customer that was unsatisfied, is I will offer them the opportunity for me to fix it. Like, hey, I can, like fix this for you. And then as, like for the inconvenience, I'm going to probably offer you additional free service, like to make it right. Because I do think that the rule of thumb that customers are always right. And I do believe that. I do feel that you have a lot of entrepreneurs that open up a business, and because they're a business owner and they're their own boss, they go into the business with the mind frame that they don't care about how a customer feel
Mm-hmm.
or a customer thoughts because no one can fire them. Your customers can fire you. So
Oh, that's true.
yes, your customers can fire you. And what I mean by fire you is reviews go a long way. Word of mouth is so powerful. Like, so yes, there's no one that's telling you, oh, hey, Alicia, you're fired today. But guess what? All it takes is that one customer to go onto your Google or your Yelp and they
Mm-hmm.
describe how unsatisfied they were and how
Mm-hmm.
they brought it to your attention and you did absolutely nothing to correct it, that makes you even look worse. And it can actually prevent new clients from coming to you.
So, do you uh, do you try? I mean, if a person can't come to your establishment, can you go to their like to
Hmm.
their house and help
Yes.
do that or whatever?
Yes. Hmm. So I'm not a mobile esthetician, but one of the things that I do offer, I do events. So there's times where I'm booked for an event where I would actually go to a place. Sometimes it might be a girls' event or just an event. Some schools do it for teachers
Mm,
appreciation day, and I'll go there and I'll set up. So yes, I do events, but I do not advertise just mobile services as like one-offs. If this an event, yes, I will come in service, but I don't just like go to one-off homes to provide services. My place is actually set up to be able to be accessible for people with disabilities. You have some people who have disabilities where they're unable to walk up steps,
right.
is wheelchair accessible. There are no steps, and I did that in mind for people who have disabilities. um, I actually have a really, really good friend of mine who have cerebral palsy. And when I go into things, I always think of what it's like to be in their shoes to make sure that I am also keeping them in mind.
So and what I seen your IG. Do you ever what was your what was like what the first thing you do? Do you ever check your that you check the hours and the Facebook or IG and see what kind of the comments or stuff?
Yes. So I look at comments all the time. One, I read the comments because I feel that that is a way for me to know if this is something more that people want to see. So I use it as an opportunity to see if this is more, like information that people want to see, or if there is something that I can improve on. As estheticians, there are multiple techniques that each esthetician may use. There's no, I wouldn't say no right or wrong way. If you're a licensed esthetician, then you should have received the proper training, the proper training according to your state. But like I said, like as an esthetician, there are some things that we may do differently. So I'm always looking to learn. So on my Instagram, I do have a following of other estheticians that are outside of the state of Georgia where I'm located. And I look at their page and I look at some of their techniques and even look at some of the promotions and stuff that they're running, to see, like, am I staying up to part? And what I mean by staying up to part is every day there's a new technique, there's something new coming out, and I don't want to be stuck in the noun, if that makes sense. So I just want to make sure that on my end as a business owner that I'm continuing to grow with my business, with things as they continue to advance in the aesthetics world.
What's your hours when you arrive to when you arrive to work? You do it every day or you take a couple of days off and how what your hours so when people come and
Mm-hmm.
come get your
Yes, so I am actually open 7 days a week, and I am open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the reason why I'm open 7 days a week is because, like I mentioned, I'm appointment based. So that gives me more of a flexibility to make sure that I have time for my Glow family. My clients, I call them my Glow family. So that gives me the availability to make sure that I have more than enough time to attend to my Glow family needs.
you have besides Instagram and Facebook, do you have a YouTube channel with the same name or is it only just on Instagram and Facebook?
So I have an Instagram, I have a Facebook, and I have a TikTok, all
Okay,
under Serene Glow Aesthetics.
okay,
I don't
okay.
have a YouTube channel just yet, but that might be something I might need to look into.
I was just ask that question. I think about starting one and make a video of the one that you already had. I mean,
Yes, absolutely. So the funny thing is, I just got on TikTok not too long ago. I am new to TikTok. I have one child. My son is 11, and he knows all the trends. Really big on TikTok and uh, cat cut, and he knows all of these trendy things. And moving to TikTok, I was like, what is this? How do I use this? Like,
right, right.
because I feel like Facebook and Instagram is very straightforward.
Yeah.
And when I got to TikTok, I'm like, how do I use this? Like, it was so foreign to me. So I am actually in a process of making sure that I am consistent with posting content. But like I said, the content that I want to more so focus on is the educational piece. Especially, I feel like there's a lack of education when it comes down to products. A lot of times we may go into the store and we look at say for example, you're going in and you're going to buy a bottle of sunscreen, and it says, oh, does this, it may say block sun for 20 hours, this, that. We just look at the label of it and, just go about the day. Or the bottle says it does all of this, but we're not certain of the ingredients. And when you look at some of the ingredients in some of these cosmetic products, you will see that the things that it advertises it does not. It does not do. And then number two, I feel like the biggest misconception is sunscreen, especially for people of color, like you and I. Prior to going to esthetician school, I thought all my life, because I was Black, I didn't need sunscreen. I'm like, I'm pumped with all of this melanin. What do I need sunscreen for? Like, I'm Black. Like, what's going to happen?
Right.
And honestly, I would just use it like if I was maybe going to the beach and I was going to be somewhere in the sun for a long time. But when I would go to the store to purchase sunscreen, I would look at the bottles and it would say like SPF 30, 50, 70, all of these numbers. And the first thing that came to mind was the numbers on a bottle is how potent it is. I did not learn until I went to esthetician school that the numbers on SPF is actually how many minutes you're supposed to reapply it. So when you, yes,
Look, wow.
yes,
We learned something there.
yes, and I was like, all my life, like, why is this not talked about enough? And then one of the things that I didn't know is I did not know sunscreen is actually an anti-aging product.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to continue to look young, you want to take 10 years off, put sunscreen on.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
So if you're so that since you got a son, so would your son be following your footsteps, becoming a uh,
Entrepreneur.
yeah, yes.
Yes. So at his age, every day he changes what he wants to be.
Don't
Every
stop
day,
on my
like,
live, girl.
yes, every day he changes. He's 1 minute, mommy, I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be a police officer. I'm gonna be a boxer. I'm gonna be the next LeBron James. I'm gonna be like
I
every
got that
day.
mountain on.
Yes, every day, what he said he wants to be changes. And I think that's generally how most 11-year-olds are. I think when I was 11, I didn't even know what an esthetician was. My what I would like him to be is follow the steps of what makes him happy. Whether it's entrepreneur or you working for someone, because I look at it that we all can't be entrepreneurs. If everybody is an entrepreneur, then who's going to work for who to get things done? So not every person can be an entrepreneur, and some people don't want the headaches that comes with entrepreneur. They just want to go to their 9 to 5, do what's expected of them, and go home at the end of the day. That's might be more of a peaceful living for them. So I say this to say that whatever he decides to be when he is grown, as long as something that he is passionate about, I'm all for it.
So if he decides, I know he mentioned being an
Mhm,
athlete and being a doctor and
mhm.
all that kind of stuff. So if he end up with whatever he decided to be in when he turns 22, 23 years old, no matter what, you will support him no matter what he does, right?
Yes, no matter what, I would support him. If he does not end up being an athlete or going that way, like I would honestly prefer for him to go to trade school
Mm-hmm.
versus college. And the reason why I'm going to say that is I feel like the way that the world is turning with especially with AI taking over a lot of jobs, there are going to always be opportunities for people in HVAC and plumbing and like even barbering. Like these are to me jobs that cannot be replaced, and you're guaranteed to make some type of earning, in this world the way that everything is going.
Do you have people work with do you have people work with for you, or are you there by by yourself?
So at the moment, I am solo. My goal is my goal is to eventually be able to branch out and be able to have people, a staff, of employees to work under me,
Mm-hmm.
and also be able to have suite rentals of everything beauty. Whether, you can be a one-stop shop. You can come get your hair done. You can come get a massage. You can come get teeth whitening. You can come get nails. So that is eventually my goal. And my second goal is to be able to have my own skincare line. So that is something else that I am currently working on.
Well, I'm put you that way. I'm putting that there. Don't give up on that. I know that line might come out pretty soon, so don't give up
Mhm.
on that. So, what you said about you want to branch out, where do you want to put? You want to put in Georgia, or where you want where you want to branch out? Like what state you want to branch out besides being in Georgia, or
Yes.
what city or what?
Yes. So I am thinking big. I am thinking big. I want a chain, a franchise chain. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be all over Georgia, back home where I'm from, New Jersey. I even want to hit the West Coast, Cali. Like, yes, like I want to be all over the world. I want to be like McDonald's. Let's say that. I want to be as big as McDonald's or even bigger.
Mm-hmm. That would be guess uh,
Yes.
to forget. But what the I know it's being a entrepreneur and a business owner. I know it's a tough thing, but when we get done with everything else, and get home and be able to like. I know I said it's gonna be a good day. We get to work, but when we get home, be able to like, I think I did a good job. I don't know. What you
Yeah.
think, son? Do you what your son think when you get home and like, hey, I think,
Well,
what what you what you ask him when you get home?
to be honest, one of the things is that I actually enjoy that my son does is he would actually ask me, "Is everything is okay?" Like he would ask me that. He'll be like, "Is everything okay, mom?"
Oh shoot.
Especially if he sees that I had a stressful day. Like he'll be like, like, "Are you okay, mom?"
Mm,
And to be honest, it fuels me. He fuels me,
mm,
like to, like turn things around. Um, and if I just so happen to not have the best day, um, coming home, I I would say in being able to have some time with my kid, um, it makes me feel so much better.
mm,
And like I said, I think that everything that I do in my life, um, is surrounded with him being the centerpiece. So, and that centerpiece gives me the drive that, like, hey, if today wasn't the best day, that's okay. I'm human. I'm gonna have some good days. I'm gonna have some not some of the best days. Like, it's okay.
So when that as we finish come to we got about 9 minutes. What what you what kind of advice you want to give to the people that want to start their own business?
One of the things that I'm going to say is don't allow people fears to project onto you. I think that I think mentally you have to be so strong minded when you are looking to go into business for yourself, because
Mm,
if you have family and friends that don't have the same drive that you have or the same
mhm,
vision that you have, a lot of those people tend to project their own fears onto you. Like, so when I first went into business, before I actually made it into business, and I talked to close friends and even family about things it was that I wanted to do, about, hey, I want to, quit my 9 to 5 and I want to go into business for myself. Oh, like, I want to take this full on. People was like, oh, you make good money at your job.
mhm,
Why do you want to leave it? You shouldn't leave it, because a lot of them are fine with being complacent, if that makes sense.
mhm,
So when you're dealing with someone who wants to grow a little bit more and wants to go the entrepreneurship route, you have to be mentally strong to block out of people fears being projected onto you. So, and like I said, like, I would sit here and think, and I'd be like, oh, such and such said it's not good for me to leave my job because I make this amount of money and I was able to buy a house off this. I was able to, and I'm guaranteed this paycheck, and I have health benefits, and I have this and I have that. And if you leave your job, you are going to lose all of this. And my mind frame was, God and the universe got me. And I feel like if you feel it in your gut and in your heart, follow it. And do understand that being a business owner does not mean you are going to see profit tomorrow. You have to make sure that your financial savings is put to the side, um, because you have to have emergency money. You have to, like, be able to still pay your bills. You don't want to go into a business and you got money to open it today, and then you don't have the business, so you're closing next month. You have to continue to build yourself. And even in those moments that business is slow, utilize that time to promote your business. Like, promote it. Utilize that downtime to make people see you. Eventually, it will pay off.
And in that case, as we finish that comment, thank you for coming on my channel. And I'm sorry that my phone tipped over while I was listening to you talking. I apologize to my chat and everything, but thank you for coming on my channel
Yes.
for a bit busy schedule and everything. I hope I can get you back up here very soon. But for,
Yes.
for another another week
Yes.
another interview and stuff. So, but yeah,
Yes.
other than that, I'll drop you down and I will talk to my people. All right. Have a
All right.
wonderful night.
Thank you, everyone, for having me. Once again, my name is Alicia. I'm with Serene Glow Aesthetics. You can find me on Instagram at Serene Glow Aesthetics and on TikTok. Y'all have a lovely evening.
All right. All right. After that, we're gonna get her off. Let me see here. There we go. All right, y'all. I apologize about while I'm looking at this because my phone tipped over while I'm listening to conversation and everything. But I will definitely have her on my channel um soon. Well, a good interview. even though it's not end up on the bad end. But hey, I did good. But the next interview I would have is with Catherine Place. Catherine Place. It's actually been moved to the 14th, not the 7th, but the 14th. And then on the 11th, I'm going to have Beard. And then after that, I'm going to take a break from there'll be no more interviews after the 14th. I'm taking a complete break from from interviews for a while, and then and then after that we come back with fresh next year, and yeah, we're gonna have a little fun next year. And like I said, the schedule for next year is just will be at 10 a.m. But the night ones are the same, but if you want to do a morning one, it'll be at 10 a.m. So appreciate everybody coming up here and showing some love. Shout out to good dad for being number one, and Rudy for coming here number two. Um, I will definitely get good dad his his blue jacket because he always supporting my channel. And Donna, I'm fine to get her a channel. I mean, her a blue jacket. Yep, three of them y'all gonna get blue jackets. So, other than that, I see y'all on the 11th. With I have beer on my channel. All right, I see y'all next time. Peace.